A murder had been made to look like an accident. To apprehend the killers, a plan was conceived and directed from this house. I received a call from Albert North, the aging founder of North Air Aviation. He asked me to visit him at his factory, an important testing ground for jet engines. Albert was the older brother of James North, the man who was found dead. Also in the office was his son-in-law, Charles Kane.
Charles here thinks that Jimmy was murdered, but I don't see it.
Jimmy North was in his mid-50s, vigorous and alert. They said it was a heart attack, but there was nothing wrong with his heart.
When you speak of murder, you must have a good reason.
Lately, Al has been involved with a certain George Price.
Involved? How do you mean?
He's found unusual hieroglyphic writings in far-flung corners of the world.
Price wants $100,000 for the expedition. Jimmy kept putting up roadblocks. With Jimmy out of the way, Price thought he could get the money from Al.
Price says these hieroglyphics are writings from men from another world, brought here by the first visitors of what we now call flying saucers.
Now do you understand why I'm so suspicious?
And you haven't contacted the police?
No, I just returned this morning from a business trip. I thought it would be better to see you first.
What do you want me to do?
Check out George Price for us. If he killed Jimmy North, get him.
That afternoon, I met with my staff. I checked the death certificate and talked to the doctor. There's not one indication that Jimmy North was murdered.
Well, then I don't know what we can do, or even that we're needed.
A flying saucer angle. I don't know.
The thing about us, Albert North would be a perfect victim for this kind of a confidence game.
What do you mean?
Oh, he's an old man in a wheelchair. Son-in-law is gradually taking over the business. He needs an outlet for that great imagination. He was one of the real pioneers of flying. I'd hate to see him hurt or humiliated. Kane tells me that Price is really obsessed with flying saucers. Joe, you're going to have to meet him.
And put on horn-rimmed glasses and join one of those space clubs.
No, he's probably seen too many of that type. He needs backing for his project. Why don't you indicate that you're an heiress interested in outer space phenomena?
I get it.
Brian, you and I are going to visit his apartment. Everything checks out, we'll stop right there.
And if not?
We won't be dealing with outer space, but murder.
About Faces, starring Ben Alexander.
What's the most interesting thing about people? Their faces, of course. And that's what our show is all about. About Faces. About Faces is a show filled with heart and humor, with drama and suspense, with the unexpected and the unusual, and above all, entertainment. You'll see faces from here, there, and everywhere. Maybe even your face. Each weekday, new surprises will come your way. Fascinating faces from the past, familiar faces from the present, and the faces of famous guests. It's the show with the built-in surprises in which we put our best face forward. So I hope you'll be watching About Faces every weekday on ABC TV.
Our first objective was to learn all about George Price. The next morning, Price received a letter from a girl named Joanna Harrison. She asked him to join her for lunch on the pretense that she was intensely interested in visitors from outer space. With Joanna posing as a rich heiress, Price was quick to keep the appointment.
My father was Seth Harrison, the astronomer. Perhaps you've heard of him.
My field is very specialized, Miss Harrison. I accept no authorities but myself.
Well, my father was very unconventional. He had a lot of problems with his colleagues.
Where did he do his work?
Williamstown, mainly. In spite of his wealth, he kept on working. The subject fascinated him. I share that same interest.
Yes, I recognize that from your letters. That's why I agreed to meet you.
Dr. Price, everyone thinks of these outer space people as being little green creatures. I'd much rather think of them as tall, handsome men.
Yes, I can understand why. But scientifically, they would have to be quite small to take the G-forces in their spacecraft. No more than 2 feet high.
Oh, how disappointing. Do you have any proof?
I can show you samples of their writing. Samples of this writing were discovered in the Mayan jungles and are at least 10,000 years old. At the same time in Asia Minor, similar samples were uncovered. Since there was no communication at that time, we can only assume that travel was something phenomenal.
While Joanna was instructed on what was alleged to be writing from another world, Brian and I surveyed his apartment with the idea of finding the best way in. A ground-level window solved the problem. Kane said he was obsessed.
Boy, that's an understatement. Looks as if the flying saucers have been here already.
You cover the bedroom. I'll check in here. Brian and I went through Price's papers and effects. We learned only that he had gathered a tremendous amount of material on his subject.
Dennis, it's Joe. He just left. He's quite an operator. He's so intense, it's a little frightening. He wrote hieroglyphics all over the tablecloth.
Thanks. He just left her. That means we've only got about 15 minutes. Here. Been fired recently.
It's an odd prop for a professor.
Dear Professor Carter, we're very interested in your oil divining methods and would be happy to invest in your machinery. Signed, the Y&H Ranch. Dear Dr. Troy, thank you for the seance you conducted for our dead child. Bringing her back for even that brief moment was worth everything to us. Bless you. Signed, David Harper.
And those aren't addressed to Price.
No. I don't know whether we have a brilliant con man on our hands or one with a warped mind.
Well, either way, we have a man who might commit murder.
I've got to see Albert North right away. You stay here and straighten up.
Straighten up? Where do I start?
Well, that's your problem.
Well, don't you think we should stay with Price?
Wait till he gets here, then tail him. One of the hardest jobs I ever faced was telling Albert North that he had been duped.
Dennis, am I an old fool being interested in this stuff?
No, I just think you put your trust in the wrong man.
Dr. Price is here to see you, Mr. North.
Don't break with him yet. Have him sign in.
Ask him to come in.
Yes, sir.
We still have a lot of things to find out. You just stall. I'll stay with you. Introduce me as your lawyer, Mr. Berkeley.
Mr. North, how are you today?
Oh, as well as an old man can be. This is Mr. Berkeley, my attorney. Mr. Berkeley, Dr. Price.
How do you do, sir?
If you'd rather I came back at some other time.
No, I've told Mr. Berkeley all about our project.
I hope you approve.
I've advised Mr. North to consider further before transferring any more funds.
Oh? Mr. North, you're making a tragic mistake. Tragic.
We'd like a little more time before coming to a decision.
All right, Mr. North. I hope you won't be sorry. Mr. Berkeley?
Good day.
You take whatever steps you think necessary.
I will.
Dennis, I still believe in life from other worlds. I'll believe it till the day I die.
May I use the phone?
Certainly.
Thank you. Car 4278, please. Hello, Brian? Dennis. He just left the factory. Follow him. All right.
Oh, Mr. Chase. Any news?
You know, I believe you're right about Mr. Price.
Real weird, isn't he? Oh, could you wait for a few minutes? I have some papers I have to have signed, and then I'd like to talk to you some more about Jimmy.
Certainly. It's been more than 15 minutes.
I thought I ran a pleasant office.
Well, the scenery's lovely, but I have to leave. Would you tell Mr. Kane?
I'll call him. Mr. Kane? Mr. North? Mr. North? Mr. North? Funny. Mr. North? It's locked. But they never lock it.
Al? Al? Kane? He's dead.
Dad!
He'll be all right. He's just knocked out.
What are you looking for?
A gun.
You don't think Mr.
I don't know what
Kane...
to think. Don't any of these windows open?
We have the air conditioning.
Call the police. Get a hold of Captain Sawyer in homicide.
Hello?
Joe, Albert North is dead.
Dad.
Murdered. Listen, you said when you were with Price this afternoon that he was writing hieroglyphics on a tablecloth.
Oh, that's right.
Get that tablecloth and bring it to North's office.
But, Dennis, it's in the restaurant where we had lunch.
I don't care where it is, get it.
Right.
Here, take it easy.
Oh, what?
You'll be all right.
What happened?
Come over here.
Oh, my
Here we are.
head. Look. Al? What happened to Al? Al? He couldn't be.
That's what I was hoping you could tell me. You feel you can talk?
Well, I have to. I've got to know what happened to Al.
Did you see anything?
No. I was standing over there. I gave North the papers to sign. Engine design, approvals.
Here, sit back.
He sat there in that chair to read them. I heard something move behind me, and I started to turn. And then something hit me on the head. Then nothing.
The police are on their way.
Good. Get me a glass of water.
Mr. Chase. Mr. Chase.
What is it?
Now, here's a dance lesson with a moral from another one of P. Lorillard's famous brands, Newport Filler Cigarettes. Watch this. Not bad. But now watch this. The combination of the two makes a lot of difference, doesn't it? Newport Filler Cigarettes also have a combination, a unique and exclusive combination that adds up to a whole lot of enjoyment for you. You see, Newport and only Newport adds a refreshing hint of mint to the soothing coolness of menthol in a blend of the world's finest tobaccos. It's the most refreshingly different cigarette in America today. So try them, won't you? Newport refreshes while you smoke like no other cigarette.
Albert North's body was removed from his office to await the coroner's report on the exact cause of his death. Captain Sawyer and Sergeant Peabody led a thorough search for a gun or some other weapon.
It just has to be a gun. It just has to be.
Maybe whatever made these prints carried it out.
Yeah, what do you think of these?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where do we get another 4-inch, 3-toed foot to compare them to?
I'll bet you can tell me all about it, huh?
Look, you don't think I have anything to do with this?
Well, what else can I think? You were in a locked room with him, weren't you? Hmm?
But you think he was shot. I don't have a gun.
You hid it, and we'll find it.
I didn't have a gun, and I didn't kill my father-in-law. We got along very well. I tell you, someone came in here, hit me over the head, and killed him.
Come in? Well, how? Mr. Chase and your secretary are in the outer office.
Captain,
Yeah?
here's our entrance.
Ah, well, now, maybe we're getting somewhere, huh?
Right.
I'm Joanna Keith.
Mr. Chase is in there.
Thank you. Dennis, I got it.
Oh, good.
Cost me $20, and they thought I was stark raving mad.
Look at that.
Seems to match up pretty well to me. Who wrote those?
A man named Price.
Price. Who's he?
It's a con man who was dealing with North. Matter of fact, they had an argument just before this thing happened.
Well, you think that he's our man?
I don't know.
Hello? Peabody. Yeah? Right. Got it. He was killed by a .22 pistol bullet that entered his left ear.
And you didn't hear any shots?
You couldn't hear a pistol shot with all those jet engines going. We do know that George Price has a .22 caliber pistol. We'll have to check that out.
Get out an APB on Price. George Price.
I can give you the address.
I telephoned Brian, who once again returned to Price's apartment. He picked up the gun and turned it over to the police. George Price was questioned at the North Air factory. He denied any knowledge of hieroglyphics in a confused, unconvincing manner.
I didn't do that writing.
You were with him in this room 20 minutes before he was killed.
But I didn't do that writing.
You came through that vent, shot north, went back the same way, went home and returned your pistol.
No.
That's the only possible explanation.
It isn't. That writing's legitimate. It was found in the Mayan jungles in Asia Minor.
Mr. Price, don't con me.
Mr. Price, let's forget about hieroglyphics. Let's talk about seances.
What about them?
I happen to know that you once conducted them.
How do you know that?
I know that you specialize in bringing back the spirits of children.
I don't want to talk about that.
And isn't the presence of a spirit often confirmed by footprints? Footprints like those? That you made with your hand like this? And then, Mr. Price, you smudged them so they could not be identified.
I didn't make those footprints. You're all so logical, aren't you?
Sawyer. Uh-huh. Oh? Okay, thanks. Ballistics. The bullet that killed North came from Price's gun.
No.
All right, Mr. Price. That puts it right at your doorstep. No little green man fired that .22 pistol.
Come on. Oh, I've seen it before. A lifetime of lies, and then they don't know where the lies stop and the truth begins.
Mr. Chase, I didn't do it. Believe me. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Something bothered me. Everything was made to look so obvious. Why? The hieroglyphics were burned in with a soldering iron. Suddenly, I had the answer. I called Brian and told him to get over here right away.
Hello. Where's Mr. Chase?
In there.
Thank you.
Who shot at you?
Nobody.
Well, who'd you shoot at?
No one. Matter of fact, examine this gun, see if it's been fired recently. That's my own gun. It hasn't been fired.
No, but I heard a shot.
We all heard it.
You all heard a shot, so you're looking for the gun that was fired.
That's right.
Just as we were looking for the gun that killed Mr. North. Find the gun, and we have the killer.
We do have the killer, don't we?
Yes. Brian, come here. I'm going to show you how I believe Mr. North was killed. He was placed in front of this vise here. Now, as you know, Brian, a bullet can be fired with heat, as well as with the firing pin. I don't believe a gun was used at all. I believe that Kane killed his father-in-law just as I've explained. He knew the sound of the shot would be covered by the noise of the jet engines. Now, after North was killed, he was placed in position here at his desk. Then, Mr. Kane knocked himself out and was in the position in which we found him.
But the ballistic markings indicate that the bullet came from Price's gun.
Yes, but when? He could have stolen Price's gun days ago, fired it into water, retrieved the lead, then reloaded the cartridge with the lead from Price's gun. Then he placed all these clues around here, knowing that we would think that Price was deranged, and that these clues would lead us to him.
Mr. Chase, you're a detective, but I'm an engineer. A gun barrel is required to give a bullet velocity. Firing from a vise, you'd never be able to penetrate a man's brain.
From that distance, all that would be needed is a little metal tube, 2 or 3 inches in length. Of course, I wouldn't advise anybody to try it.
Well, let's start looking for it.
It wouldn't be here. He's too smart for that. He's basing his whole defense on not finding a murder weapon. He wouldn't have it on him.
Oh, maybe he slipped it to somebody.
Not Price or the girl.
Not to one of my boys either.
What would leave this room without being searched? Where are Mr. North's personal effects?
In the desk in the center drawer.
Maybe you haven't got all the answers, Mr. Chase.
is. You couldn't wait for the Norths to die to take over, could you? Only angels have wings, Mr. Kane.
The difference so fresh that you know the difference. They're soft smoking, they're smooth tasting. It's so refreshing while you're smoking. Newport filter cigarettes.
Yes, Newport refreshes while you smoke like no other cigarette. Why? Because only Newport adds a refreshing hint of mint to the soothing coolness of menthol in a blend of the world's finest quality tobaccos. Newport Filter Cigarette. Newport Filter Cigarettes in the crush-proof box or the king-size pack. Newport refreshes while you smoke like no other cigarette.
Hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Next week, a murder is attempted in this apartment. The victim, me. It all begins when we're hired to get the man behind one of the most vicious of rackets, murder for insurance. Our story involves a beautiful chorus girl and a very unusual romantic triangle, and a gentleman's gentleman who proves to be no gentleman. Hope you'll join us.
21 Beacon Street has been presented by Kent Cigarettes in king size, regular size, and crush-proof box. Kent satisfies your appetite for a real good smoke every time. Kent is a product of P. Lorillard Company, first with the finest cigarettes through Lorillard Research.
Hello, I'm Joan Fontaine, and I want to tell you about my new role. I've been appointed chairman of the Bell Ringer March for Mental Health. And this role gives me a chance to serve with so many other mothers in the crusade to conquer mental illness. Of course, we mothers are concerned about mental illness. Why shouldn't we be? Mental illness affects children, too. Children of all ages. And right now, there are thousands of young children and teenagers in mental hospitals. And there are so many others in danger of breaking down. Mental illness cripples children's minds the way other diseases cripple their bodies. Now that we mothers have helped bring polio under control, let's conquer mental illness next. Please enlist as a volunteer in the bell-ringing March for Mental Health. And if you can't, then please give generously when a bell ringer calls on you to give it the sign of the ringing mental health bell.